Hello, all. Hi, it's Tease. Good day. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. I kind of want to do a spin-off to the video I made yesterday, with the Jonathan Major. Well, he's just pretty much the token Negro for now since he's a celebrity. Everyone knows well, not everyone. Well, you may know who he is. But it actually speaks volumes, this case. So what I've noticed in the case, and this is just by taking bits and pieces because I haven't fully zoomed in on it. Like, okay, he's been with the pink lady for this long, and he never was interested in making good until he got in trouble. So that's what I want to mention. So we get men and women of our caliber or of our community that feel like we can go out there and do what we want to do because we're grown or because we're successful or because it's a new day, whatever it is, we can go out there and do whatever we want to do. So F you mom, F you dad, F anybody who want to tell me anything. So get out there and play with fire, but then when you get in trouble, you run back to base. And what I'm saying is, so we have men and women of our community. So we have the nappy-headed community, Negro community, quote unquote black. So I'm a black woman, I want to get with a pink man, or I'm a black man want to get with a pink woman, and everything's sweet and fine, and as long as things are going cool for the moment. But the second thing gets bad, they run back to base for help. So I'm thinking with this, it'll be one of those things where it's like, okay, I've elevated. I'm better than the quote unquote black man and the quote unquote black woman because they're down there, I'm up here. I'm in Hollywood movies. I'm the CEO of my company. I'm on talk shows, TV shows, whatever it is. I'm on a level to where your average Negro won't reach. So in other words, I'm better than you. So with me being better than you, I have to get a spouse or a partner that is better than you. So basically anything that's not nappy-headed. And I really do believe that. Okay, well, I'm a successful quote unquote black woman. So I need to be with a successful pink man because we have elevated. So what I'm saying is I'm going to leave the Negro man behind because he's beneath me. So I can be with Jake, the pink man. And we're together, everything's great. Until he pushes me out of a window. Or until he brings me down a notch or reminds me who I am. And then, and only then, will I march my ass or transport my dead body back to the quote-unquote black man and the black woman. So many times have I seen, I'm going to leave you behind. You're the have-not, or you're the non-desirable, and I'm going to get with a pink man. Basically, I'm good with anybody that's not nappy-headed until I get in trouble. So I've noticed that with the Jonathan Major. I've noticed that with Halle Berry. I've noticed that with, who was the other one? It happens like clockwork, back to back. Especially, I've noticed it especially with celebrities, and I only noticed it sometimes with now in the personal life, I've noticed, okay, everything's fine as long as it's great. But when it's time to go to jail or to the cemetery, then you have to run back to base to take care of those problems. So what I've noticed, I'll start with the Jonathan Major and then I'll break down what I'm trying to say. What I've noticed with Jonathan Major, so he had this pink girlfriend that he's been with however long they've been together. But somehow he's hand in hand with Megan Good when it's time to go to court. So were you not interested in Megan Good while you were with the pink woman, or did you just grab her as a come help me nigga situation? I've noticed it with Halle Berry too. I guess the last two pink men that she had, that's who's milking her now for child support. So your last two pink husbands or pink boyfriends are literally milking you to death for child support. But the third one, I guess apparently she's back with a quote-unquote brother now. So I'm thinking, what good was the brother before or after you got with Jake? You see what I'm saying? So was he no good then, or he just wasn't in your league at the time? But you see how now when they get brought down a notch, now you want to run back to base. And what I would say personally, you want to say, okay, as a quote-unquote, what I see personally with the quote-unquote black man is like, okay, well, you don't want nothing to do with Shaquita. She's this and that. And you found greener grass in Becky. And everything's fine until it's time to go to jail or trying to die. When Becky kills you and then guess who you have to come back to for burial? My only thing is, if you go out to find greener grass, you have to stay where the grass is or isn't greener. So for instance, if I say, okay, I don't want anything else to do with the quote unquote black man because he's beneath me, and I decide to go, Asian or basically anybody that's not nappy headed, once I decide that that's who I want to be with, I need to stay there, even after they destroy me. So that means if they kill me or bring me down a notch, they also need to dispose of me, if that makes any sense. In so many words, what I'm saying is, if I leave for the greener grass, I need to stay over there in the greener grass, even after my demise. So there's no such thing as saying, hey, I found greener grass, but then I'm going to come back to the grass that's not that green to dispose of me or to pick me up out of this hole that I dug for myself, if that makes any sense. So to me, what I seen with the whole Jonathan Major thing, which kind of bothered me and was kind of like, wow, this is so typical, is that they go out to be with the winning team, but when the winning team brings you down a notch or destroys you, or to have you literally have your life flash before your eyes, now you want to be surrounded by quote unquote black women. And like I said, I don't know Jonathan Major like that, but that's probably what the most, when he was at court, that probably was the most black women he's ever been around in his life. And again, where were these nappy-headed women before and after Becky? Is Megan Good is she your girlfriend now? Or was she someone that you always liked and maybe she was in a relationship? Or maybe you always liked her and you were just with a pink woman? Where the hell did Megan Good come from? Or where did those other two black women supporters come from? Because you're surrounded by black women in court, but surrounded by pink women in real life. Make it make sense. And all the thing I'm saying, if you go and find love on the winning team, make sure that the winning team disposes of you too. If you go to a winning team and they destroy you, they kill you or bring you down a notch, they need to dispose of you as well. So don't go over there to the pink people, get killed by Becky or get killed by Jake, and then look to me, the token quote unquote black woman, to help you or to bury you. That's actually offensive and that's a slap in the face. That's like me saying, oh, fuck you. But then I get killed. Hey, could you bury me? My pink boyfriend just killed me. Now, how does that sound? It sounds crazy. So that's why I say if you go to the winning team, stay over there. If you're with them, they need to dispose of you as well. You're over there and you got attacked and murdered by them, so they should bury you as well. Don't go to the winning team and then you come back to me for burial. That makes no sense. Or don't go to the winning team and you come back to me to support you in court before you lose it all. You want to come back home, or you want to come to the real winning team when it's time for you to reach your demise. That's what I don't understand. And I've seen it more than once. And I see it especially in the celebrity couples, the one who does the interracial couples. I've seen it mainly with them and only sometime in person, because it's only sometimes where I see it because normally they'll get destroyed right away, so I don't get time for them to leave me to come back from burial. But yeah, I just found that really interesting. Like, you got this stuff called passport bros, or leave them around, or don't be afraid to go to other nations, and that's fine. If you want to be with him or her of another caliber, that's perfectly fine. But they need to dispose of you as well once they destroy you, or when they're done with you, they need to dispose of you. You can't come back to base or come back to the real winning team when you're no good to nobody. So basically, Jonathan Major's no good to nobody. Now he wants to be surrounded by black women. And that's something too I've noticed too. You'll get your most successful black men and your most successful your most successful black men and your most successful black women are not with quote unquote black men or women. They're with the winning team, quote unquote. So whenever they get destroyed, murdered, or left for dead, or when they lose it all, then they want to be surrounded with the niggas, so to speak. To me, I feel like, once you leave me and say, okay, you're no good, I want Becky, that's fine. You stay over there. When Becky kill you, she has to dispose of you. That's all I'm saying. Because, you want to come back now. Jonathan Major want to come back when he's no good to nobody. You're no good to Megan Good now. Now, if she needs someone to take care of her, Becky's going to get all that money from legal fees or whatever the charges are, whatever those fees cost. And then not only that, you're losing work. So you can't work for Marvel anymore, or whoever else had dealings with you as far as in the industry. So now you're no good to anybody. especially someone who wants to live materialistically. But now you want to be surrounded by the quote unquote black woman. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying the quote unquote black woman is still not going to support you, being limited in resources. But at the same time, when you're on top, why are the black men and the black women not on the menu when you're successful, or when you have arrived? When you arrive, naps are nowhere on the menu. But when you fall or when you die, then you want to be surrounded by niggas. You see what I'm saying? That's what I don't appreciate. And I've noticed that more than once, especially in the celebrity community. You get left for dead, and then now you wanna pull the fro back out. Keep that same energy after you get murdered too. Like I say, if you find greener grass on the other side, that's perfectly fine. God bless you. But please don't come back to me for burial. That's all I'm saying.